Afternoon, everyone.
Hi, Ika.
Hi, Sunday. Welcome to our Thursday afternoon book club of Neville Goddard's The Complete Reader. I'm just going to play us a video of seed time and harvest, and then we'll go into the teachings of it.
My dear friends, tonight we turn to one of the most fundamental truths in all spiritual law, a law as certain as gravity and as mystical as the stars themselves. While the earth remains, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night shall not cease. So speaks the scripture, not merely as metaphor, but as instruction. Seed time and harvest is not a law of the field alone. It is the eternal pattern through which all things come into being, both seen and unseen, both material and spiritual. This law governs your life whether you understand it or not. And tonight, I wish to help you understand it so that you may master it. Let us be clear. Everything you experience, every joy, every sorrow, every success, every limitation, is the fruit of a seed once planted in the garden of your own consciousness. The mind is soil. The imagination is the hand that sows. The feeling, oh the feeling, is the water that nourishes. And what you reap, what appears in your outer world, is simply the harvest of your inner activity. Man is always planting. Most do it unconsciously. They dwell in fear, rehearse failure, replay past wounds, and then are surprised when these imaginings come to pass. But you, having heard these words, must become a conscious sower. You must begin to plant deliberately, to choose the seeds of your life with care. Let me ask you, what do you want, truly? Is it wealth, love, health, peace, a new career, a deeper understanding of God? Whatever it is, I tell you this. Begin by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. This is the seed time. Not idle wishing, but active imagining. Enter into the scene. See it in your mind's eye. Feel it with your emotional center. Allow yourself to be there now. Not tomorrow, not later, but now. Imagine just for a moment that what you desire is already so. You have the job. You've received the check. You are embraced by the one you love. You awaken, not to longing, but to fulfillment. If this becomes real to you inwardly, if you lose yourself in it and feel it as though it were present fact, you have planted the seed. Now what follows? A period of waiting. But this waiting is not passive. Number. It is faithful expectancy. The farmer does not despair the day after planting because no stalk has yet appeared. He knows that life is moving invisibly beneath the surface. So too must you. Guard your mind in this gestational period. Do not pull up your seed with doubt. Do not curse your ground with words like, "It's not working," or "Nothing is changing." For every such word is a weed, and weeds grow too. You must remain in the assumption. Return to it daily. Dwell in it as in a sanctuary. Let no man or circumstance rob you of your harvest. Let me tell you something extraordinary, my friends. There is no power outside of your imagination. There is no fate, no luck, no external condition determining your life. There is only consciousness expressing itself through assumption, belief, and feeling. Now listen carefully. If you plant wheat, you do not harvest barley. Likewise, if you sow fear, you cannot reap peace. If you plant thoughts of sickness, you will harvest illness. If you dwell on betrayal, you will experience it. The law cannot be mocked. Therefore, change the seed. Imagine something higher, something more noble. Feel yourself already in possession of that which you desire, and know that the subconscious must bring it forth. The subconscious mind is not creative in itself. It is receptive. It accepts the impressions given to it by the conscious mind and brings them to life. It is said in the Gospels, "The kingdom of heaven is as if a man should cast seed into the ground, and the seed should spring and grow up. He knoweth not how." That man is you. The ground is your subconscious. The growth is inevitable. Now let us consider a story. For stories are how truths live in the heart. There was once a woman who longed for reconciliation with her estranged daughter. Years had passed. Words had been said. Wounds had formed. No contact, no communication. She tried letters. They were returned. She reached out through mutual friends. Nothing. And then she turned inward. She began each night to imagine embracing her daughter. She saw her daughter smiling, saying, "I've missed you, Mom." She felt the softness of her hair, the warmth of the room. She imagined this scene until it felt more real than memory. She did not try to make anything happen. She simply lived in the feeling of reunion. 3 weeks later, the daughter called. No mention of the past, only love, only let's start again. This is not luck. This is law, seed time and harvest. You may ask, "But Neville, what if I'm surrounded by circumstances that contradict my desire?" I say to you, ignore them. You heard me. Ignore them. They are shadows, ghosts of past assumptions. Reality is not what your senses tell you. Reality is what you imagine and feel as true. Change your imagination, and your reality must follow. The law is impersonal. It does not reward the righteous or punish the wicked. It only delivers what is planted. So let us now make it practical. Every night before sleep, choose a single desire. One scene, one end, not a process, not how it comes, but the end result. If it's wealth, imagine yourself checking your account and seeing an abundance of funds. If it's love, imagine holding hands with your partner, walking in joy. If it's healing, feel the relief, the vitality, the thankfulness of health restored. Let that be your last impression before drifting into sleep. For in sleep, you enter the subconscious fully, and there your seed is watered. Repeat this nightly. Return to the scene when doubts arise. Dwell in it during idle moments. Make it more vivid, more alive. And most importantly, feel it. For feeling is the secret. In time, your harvest will come. Maybe subtly, maybe miraculously, but it will come. Now I leave you with this. You are always planting. Every thought, every belief, every inner conversation is a seed. Choose your seeds with love. Water them with faith. And harvest the life you were meant to live. This is not wishful thinking. This is not philosophy. This is truth, as ancient as the stars and as close as your next thought. The law is yours to use. Use it well.
A bit from Neville. So we're doing the complete readers, which has 10 books in, and there are the 10 books. And today we're going to go with the seed, time and harvest, and the law and the promise. And we've done a bit of each one each day throughout the 5 AM club. All the recordings will go up next week. I'm Yink and I run He My Voice Book Club, which is an inspirational self-development books, and all the events can be found on Meetup. We've got one short session left for the 5 AM club tomorrow. It'll only be 45 minutes. And it'll start at 5. What else have we got on this week? No. Oh, and then the weekend. Oh, actually, we've got stuff on the weekend. We've got 7 AM Qigong and 8 AM for Joe Dispenza's meditation. Next weekend, we have our Becoming Supernatural, A Journey to Alignment. And Saturday 6 p.m. till 10 and Sunday 6 a.m. till 6. So we're going to do a breakout room of what you've enjoyed the most from Neville Goddard's teaching, or what part of the book had the most impact on you, or favourite piece or quote. I'm going to pause this recording. Sorry. So the key themes from seed time and harvest. The concept of mental seeds or imaginal acts that grow into physical reality. The idea that faith and imagination are the soil and water for the seeds. Understanding the natural process of planting, waiting, and harvesting. And the next one is patience and trust in the unseen process. Some of us struggle with that one. Living in the end, assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. So from seed time and harvest, the four mighty ones. The producer, the author, the director, and the actor, and are the four most important characters in the production of a play. When man discovers that life is a play which he himself is consciously or unconsciously writing, he will cease from the blind self-torture of executing judgment upon others. Instead, he will rewrite the play to conform to his ideal, for he will realize that all changes in the play must come from the cooperation of the four mighty ones within himself. They alone can alter the script and produce the change. And he has quite a few ways of explaining the four mighty ones in the book of the Seed Time and Harvest, if anyone goes to read it. I do recommend this complete reader's book because it's got all, well, not all of his books, but it's got 10 of his books in. So we're going to go into a Qigong, 5 minutes, to activate, make the body warm and the blood flow. So if you're able to stand up, stand up. Some of these moves you can do sat down anyway. It's just about getting that blood flow, get the body moving. Shift that energy of the day. I'm just going to mute us, ready?
Good day, everyone. Welcome back to Qigong meditation channel again. This morning the weather is kind of very nice, so we have 5 minutes to practice Qigong together. So today we will have we practice the movement, activate hands and legs. Okay, we will do the warm up our whole body, and then we'll do just 5 minutes to do Qigong to make our whole body warm and make the blood and qi flow good. Okay, so let us stand in beautifully. Open our palms, breathe in. You bring your mind back to the body in the present moment. Let us feel our 2 feet on the ground and relax our whole body. Okay, so we can do warming up. Move our body to the left and to the right. Loose your 2 knees, and then one hand touch shoulders and another hand touch your lower back. Okay. Breathe naturally and relax the whole body. And then after that, you can shake your hand and jump a little bit. Breathe in, breathe out. Smile and offer a smile to your body and feel comfortable, feel relaxed, and feel your 2 feet on the ground. Breathe in, out. Inhale, exhale. That's good. Inhale, open your palms again. Exhale. Relax the whole body. Feel the fresh air. Okay, so you can stand 2 legs, make the V shape together, and open your 2 palms. Okay, so activate hands and legs. Breathe in, clasp your hand, out your elbow. You breathe in through your nose, breathe out through the mouth. In right elbow, out your shoulders, and then in the back of your lower back, in, right? And then out beside your knees, and in beside your two ankle joints, okay? And then out, open and relax, okay? Repeat again, inhale, exhale, relax, elbow, in the back of the shoulder, out, the other hand, in, out, lower back, inhale, beside your knees, exhale, okay, in beside ankle joint, out, inhale, repeat again, exhale, in, out, in, out, inhale, lower back, exhale, beside your knees, in beside ankle joint, out, open, okay, breathe in, open your palms, out, relax the whole body. To put your left palm inside, right palm outside, and then you can massage your lower abdomen, okay? And then two palms together. You can do this movement after a long period of time to do working in the office or busy for whole day. You just do this, activate hands and legs and help yourself to relax, okay? So massage in the back of your two hands together. And after that, you can massage your face. That's wonderful. Inhale, open your palms. Exhale. Relax the whole body. Relax your shoulders, your two feet. So that's it, dear friend. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I think just 5 minutes to make the whole body warm and activate the chi and the blood in the body to make the whole body relax and make energy flowing good again. So thank you so much for joining us today, and hopefully you enjoy it, and see you with the next video. Okay.
Hopefully you're all feeling re-energized after that. Feeling the blood flow. So we're going to listen to that video again. So some of you would have missed it, but you'll get to hear it now. And for those that were here, you'll get to hear it for the second time.
My dear friends, tonight we turn to one of the most fundamental truths in all spiritual law, a law as certain as gravity and as mystical as the stars themselves. While the earth remains, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night shall not cease. So speaks the scripture, not merely as metaphor, but as instruction. Seed time and harvest is not a law of the field alone. It is the eternal pattern through which all things come into being, both seen and unseen, both material and spiritual. This law governs your life whether you understand it or not. And tonight, I wish to help you understand it so that you may master it. Let us be clear. Everything you experience, every joy, every sorrow, every success, every limitation, is the fruit of a seed once planted in the garden of your own consciousness. The mind is soil. The imagination is the hand that sows. The feeling, oh, the feeling, is the water that nourishes. And what you reap, what appears in your outer world, is simply the harvest of your inner activity. Man is always planting. Most do it unconsciously. They dwell in fear, rehearse failure, replay past wounds, and then are surprised when these imaginings come to pass. But you, having heard these words, must become a conscious sower. You must begin to plant deliberately, to choose the seeds of your life with care. Let me ask you, what do you want, truly? Is it wealth, love, health, peace, a new career, a deeper understanding of God? Whatever it is, I tell you this, begin by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. This is the seed time, not idle wishing, but active imagining. Enter into the scene, see it in your mind's eye, feel it with your emotional center. Allow yourself to be there now, not tomorrow, not later, but now. Imagine just for a moment that what you desire is already so. You have the job, you've received the check, you are embraced by the one you love. You awaken, not to longing, but to fulfillment. If this becomes real to you inwardly, if you lose yourself in it and feel it as though it were present fact, you have planted the seed. Now what follows? A period of waiting. But this waiting is not passive. Number. It is faithful expectancy. The farmer does not despair the day after planting because no stalk has yet appeared. He knows that life is moving invisibly beneath the surface. So too must you. Guard your mind in this gestational period. Do not pull up your seed with doubt. Do not curse your ground with words like, "It's not working," or "Nothing is changing." For every such word is a weed, and weeds grow too. You must remain in the assumption. Return to it daily. Dwell in it as in a sanctuary. Let no man or circumstance rob you of your harvest. Let me tell you something extraordinary, my friends. There is no power outside of your imagination. There is no fate, no luck, no external condition determining your life. There is only consciousness expressing itself through assumption, belief, and feeling. Now listen carefully. If you plant wheat, you do not harvest barley. Likewise, if you sow fear, you cannot reap peace. If you plant thoughts of sickness, you will harvest illness. If you dwell on betrayal, you will experience it. The law cannot be mocked. Therefore, change the seed. Imagine something higher, something more noble. Feel yourself already in possession of that which you desire, and know that the subconscious must bring it forth. The subconscious mind is not creative in itself. It is receptive. It accepts the impressions given to it by the conscious mind and brings them to life. It is said in the Gospels, "The kingdom of heaven is as if a man should cast seed into the ground, and the seed should spring and grow up. He knoweth not how." That man is you. The ground is your subconscious. The growth is inevitable. Now let us consider a story. For stories are how truths live in the heart. There was once a woman who longed for reconciliation with her estranged daughter. Years had passed. Words had been said. Wounds had formed. No contact, no communication. She tried letters. They were returned. She reached out through mutual friends. Nothing. And then she turned inward. She began each night to imagine embracing her daughter. She saw her daughter smiling, saying, "I've missed you, Mom." She felt the softness of her hair, the warmth of the room. She imagined this scene until it felt more real than memory. She did not try to make anything happen. She simply lived in the feeling of reunion. 3 weeks later, the daughter called. No mention of the past, only love, only let's start again. This is not luck. This is law, seed time and harvest. You may ask, "But Neville, what if I'm surrounded by circumstances that contradict my desire?" I say to you, ignore them. You heard me. Ignore them. They are shadows, ghosts of past assumptions. Reality is not what your senses tell you. Reality is what you imagine and feel as true. Change your imagination, and your reality must follow. The law is impersonal. It does not reward the righteous or punish the wicked. It only delivers what is planted. So let us now make it practical. Every night before sleep, choose a single desire. One scene, one end, not a process, not how it comes, but the end result. If it's wealth, imagine yourself checking your account and seeing an abundance of funds. If it's love, imagine holding hands with your partner, walking in joy. If it's healing, feel the relief, the vitality, the thankfulness of health restored. Let that be your last impression before drifting into sleep. For in sleep, you enter the subconscious fully, and there your seed is watered. Repeat this nightly. Return to the scene when doubts arise. Dwell in it during idle moments. Make it more vivid, more alive. And most importantly, feel it. For feeling is the secret. In time, your harvest will come. Maybe subtly, maybe miraculously, but it will come. Now I leave you with this. You are always planting. Every thought, every belief, every inner conversation is a seed. Choose your seeds with love. Water them with faith. And harvest the life you were meant to live. This is not wishful thinking. This is not philosophy. This is truth, as ancient as the stars and as close as your next thought. The law is yours to use. Use it well.
So we're going to just take a few minutes to do some scripting, some writing. So understanding seed time and harvest. Can you think of an example in your life where planting a mental seed led to a physical or harvest? Imagination as the seed planter. How do you personally use imagination to create your future? Patience and trust in the process. Have you experienced frustration or doubt during your manifestation process? How did you overcome it? And how could you, or how could you? So just taking a few minutes just to write out whatever comes from those questions. I shall play some music. Next. If you could plant one seed today that would grow into the biggest dream, what would it be? Set a positive, focused intention for this day forward. So if you could plant one seed today that would grow into the biggest dream, what would it be? Is it a feeling? Is it a thing? Is it a place? What is it? Just take a moment to tune into that. And as you feel into it, place your hands together and put them out, just as the image on the picture is. Just placing your hands together and just placing them out. And just remember that whatever you place in these hands will grow. It will grow from a place of love. Life loves you more than you can ever imagine. Whatever you place in your hands, even if you place pain, fear, sadness in there, it will expand, because that's what love does. It expands whatever is placed within it. So whatever you place within those hands will expand, it will grow. So if you put joy, happiness, health, whatever you put in there will expand. So just feel into that. Feel what seed you are going to place in there. What seed have you placed in there? Does any seed need taken out? Making sure that you plant the seed that you want. You can feel it. It comes from your own inner desire. Because whatever you place in there, love will expand it. Doesn't matter what it is, it will expand. Like Neville said in the video, the law works for us all. It doesn't condemn the wicked. It doesn't reward, the good. It's a law. Whatever you place in there will expand. So just think about that one seed today that you would grow into your biggest dream. What would it be? And just set a positive, focused intention for this day forward. And just allow yourself to breathe into that. And when you're ready, you can just place your hands wherever you want to place them. So we're just going into the next part of the book, of the law and the promise. So the key themes from the law and the promise is imagination creates reality. What you imagine and feel as real will manifest. The promise, awakening to your true identity as divine. It's a gift, not something you earned. Remember, it's a gift. Faith is the unseen. Stay loyal to the vision, not to the current reality. So some of us may need to hear that one again. Stay loyal to the vision, not the current reality. Emotional involvement. Feel the wish fulfilled with conviction and persistence. Stories as evidence. In the book, there's a lot of real life examples show that the law works. Inner transformation. The true goal is a spiritual awakening, not just an outer result. So that's the theme of the law and the promise. I'm just going to play a video of that. So if you can sit back, get yourselves comfortable while you listen.
Now we speak of God. He said, with God all things are possible. Now we identify God with man. All things are possible to him who believes. I now tell you that God is man and exists in us and we in him. The eternal body of man is the human imagination. That is God himself. So I'm not saying that you're going to accept it. I am bringing you to the true God. Now, keep on examining yourselves to see whether you're holding to the faith. You say you choose the Lord. I'm telling you who the Lord is. The Lord is your own wonderful human imagination. That is God. With God, all things are possible. Would you not agree with me that there isn't one thing made in this world that was not first imagined? The clothes you're wearing had to be imagined before it became the thing you call now a dress or a suit. The chair on which you're seated, the house, everything was once only imagined. Now we call it a reality, but it began as an imaginal act. Now you don't have to accept it. The majority refuse to accept it. They think of something outside of themselves. And to that being, they turn and they worship that being. Some little thing on the wall of a picture. Maybe some little statue. They do all kinds of things to something outside of self. The majority will simply turn their backs upon him and ignore it and go their way, thinking now they must have an external God to whom they pray. Well, if you must have it, have it. I'm telling you, if at any time you hear the word and it conveys the sense of something external to your own being, you have the wrong Lord. Tonight, I hope I can bring you to the true Lord, and that Lord is your own wonderful human imagination. Man is all imagination, and God is man, and exists in us, and we in him. The eternal body of man is the imagination, and that is God himself. The divine body, that is the divine Lord. He rises within, and the whole being begins to awaken. And may I tell you, it's an awakening process. When he actually awakens within you, you awaken. It's not another. You are actually awakening from a profound sleep. You have no idea how sound the sleep is. It is out of the grave that man truly rises. And the grave is his own wonderful skull. That's where God is buried. So here I bring you tonight and introduce you to yourself. I bring before my mind's eye a scene which would imply that I am the one that I want to be, or that my friend or others are as I would like them to be. I try to confine it within the framework of the golden rule, that is, doing unto others what I would love them to do unto me, and not to go outside of that rule. It's such an easy thing to practice. Would I like the goods that I ask of them? Yes. Like it for myself, or I did ask it for them. Bring them before your mind's eye, and dare to assume that what you are seeing in your mind's eye is true. Now there is a definite technique to it, a simple technique. If I can share with you what I do, and it works, I bring them into my mind's eye and I work myself up into an emotional state. It's like a peculiar rhythm. I breathe in and breathe out and breathe in and breathe out, and suddenly I reach a certain point, and then one deep inhalation as though I'm setting it up in a time exposure before my own mind. I set it up, and all of a sudden I have a deep inhalation, and every pore of my being explodes. and then I do nothing beyond that. It's taking that scene and setting it up in a time explosion before the eternal event, and then I explode it, and then let life develop, and life develops. And then I get the call, or I get the wire, or I get a letter confirming that which I did. And I do nothing to make it so. I simply believe implicitly my own wonderful human imagination. I believe that all things are possible to him. He has ways and means that the mortal mind knows not of. So I do not care if I do not see clearly how it could possibly be. It makes no difference to me. I simply bring it to my mind's eye what I want to see it clearly, explode it, and then let it be. Now it could be tomorrow. It could be a month. It could be even years. I am not concerned. I have done it. That's all that matters as far as I'm concerned. Everything has its own appointed hour. See the vision? That was my vision. The vision has its own appointed hour. It ripens. It will flower. If it be long, wait. It is sure, and it will not be late. A little chicken, 21 days. A man, 9 months. A horse, 12 months. A little lamb, 5 months. And there's a time interval between that impregnation and the actual embodiment of that state. I do not know the time intervals. I only know that all I do it. And if that time interval is a day, well, it's a day. If it's going to be a month, let it be a month. I do not know the time interval between my vision of you being the one that you want to be and you becoming that which I have assumed that you are. I do not know the time interval. But there are time intervals between the impregnation and the birth of that impregnation. But I tell you, it works. When I say I am, I can't say I am and point elsewhere. That is the core of my being, and that is the name of God, forever and forever and forever. So I cannot say I am and in any way have the feeling of nearness, for nearness implies separation, and he isn't near me. He is my very being. But I hope you know the being that I've talked about, and that being is your own wonderful human imagination. So here I bring you tonight and introduce you to yourself.
That's another short video. So we're going to go into, what's it next? We've got EFT next. We're going to go into some tapping. If you've not done tapping with us before, it's just an emotional freedom technique. It's a tapping technique, and you just tap on certain points, and you repeat that. You say the mantra, and then just repeat it as you're tapping it. That's it, ready? So you can even repeat out loud to yourself or inside your own mind. But feel into it, feel into the vibration of it. So if you're ready. So we'll start off with the karate chop. And if you tap on the karate chop, and you repeat, even though I can't yet see the change, I choose to trust my imagination is creating it. Creating it now. Because even though I sometimes doubt, I deeply and completely trust in the unseen reality. I allow myself to feel the wish fulfilled. My wish fulfilled. Because it's safe to believe in my vision. Eyebrow. I am trusting in my imagination. Side of the eye. I'm believing in the unseen. Under the eye. I'm feeling my wish fulfilled. Under the nose. I am the creative power in my life. Chin. I'm trusting my imagination. Collar. I am believing in the unseen. Under the eye. I am feeling my wish fulfilled. Up the head. I am the creative power in my life. One more time, go a bit faster this time. I am trusting in my imagination. I am believing in the unseen. I am feeling my wish fulfilled. I am the creative power in my life. I am trusting in my imagination. Collar. I am believing in the unseen. I am feeling my wish fulfilled. Top of the head. I am the creative power in my life. Everyone stand up. The world waits in darkness for the creator that you are. Stand up and arise into the creators you were created to be. Place a hand on your heart. Take a deep breath in. Breathing in all your creation. Breathe it out. Breathing out all that you've already created. Take a step forward. Stepping forward into your I am, my wish fulfilled. Just hold that space and just feel into that seed that you've now planted, that wish fulfilled in its completion. And when you're ready, you can take 2 seats. So we walk by faith, not by sight. When we walk by sight, we know our way by objects which our eyes see. When we walk by faith, we order our life by scenes and actions which only imagination sees. Man perceives by the eye of imagination or by sense, but two mental attitudes to perceptions are possible. The creative, imaginative effort, which meets with an imaginative response, or the unimaginative staying of the eye, which merely reflects. So we're going to go into a meditation shortly, but I just want to see if anybody's taken away anything from today or anything that they want to share that may have come up, that you may notice in yourself. You're welcome to unmute.
Hi, Inka. Yes. I enjoyed that actually. Yeah, and holding it out and imagining the seed and imagining it growing, and just imagining it being now. I like what both Neville Goddard and is it Joseph Murphy saying about before when you go to bed, lie there and imagine it. And he said it really well. He said, "Don't imagine the how, just imagine the end result. Just imagine the outcome." So I've got to I maybe make a little poster to put by the bed to remind me because I left something in the lounge to go to bed and I said, right, I'm going to do my imaginings. And then I got into bed and then went straight to sleep and didn't do it. So I need to have a poster near my bed to remind me to imagine good outcomes.
Yes.
But thank you for helping me learn this. Thank you.
And I didn't realise doing the research that um, Joseph Murphy and Neville were taught by the same teacher.
Who
Has
was
this
that
book called
teacher?
Abdullah. You can find videos on YouTube of his
Ah,
voice. But Abdullah, I can't remember what the surname is, but if you just put Abdullah Neville Goddard, you'll find it. I'm going to do a bit
well,
tonight on it as well.
that's interesting because that's quite unusual back in those days. They must have both gone abroad, surely,
Yes.
to have met an Abdullah, because you back in those days, I don't think there had been many people from the Commonwealth coming into the UK. So maybe I'm wrong, but
Yeah,
interesting.
because it wasn't in the UK.
Oh, are they American? Are they?
No, they're Ethiopian. It was an Ethiopian man, so it was in Africa, is it?
But Neville Goddard and Joseph Murphy, are they American? They
No,
kind of sound a bit
Neville's
English.
from Barbados. I'm not sure
Oh,
where Joseph Murphy was from, but I see
and
Neville
they're
was
not
born in.
English then. They're not
No,
English. They sound a bit English, but they're not.
they're not.
Hmm.
Mm,
Oh, okay. Thank
yeah,
you.
but I've not done that much of research, but then that's all. So I'm hoping that the information that I got, because it was saying that Neville was Barbados, and Abdullah, his teacher, was Ethiopian.
Well,
So
that's very
I'm
interesting.
not sure where Joseph Murphy was, but I'm going to look into that because it's
And
quite
yeah, I want to
interesting.
know now. Maybe they didn't.
Listening,
Maybe he's Barbadian as well.
because listening to Neville and Joseph, they're so much alike.
Hmm. Oh well, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Does anybody else want to share or ask anything before we go into it? Did you want to share something, Rainbow? You were muted. I can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me
There we
now?
go. Yes, can hear you now.
Yeah, great. I really enjoyed the first writing exercise because it actually reminded me of something that I really did like sometime before. I really wanted to go to this festival and I didn't have tickets. And I just kept imagining me and my friends singing this song. I didn't know anything about this type of stuff. But I just really wanted to go to this festival and like yeah, so I imagined me and my friends singing this song. Wizkid was coming to London. It was gonna be in Croydon where I live, and it's literally a tram ride away. And like I had to be there, but I didn't get no tickets, and it was the day of the ticket or the day of the event, and I still hadn't got a ticket, but I kept like just imagining me and my friends singing this song by Wizkid, and then yeah, on the day this girl happened to have one ticket. And yeah, I was like, oh, this is really cool. But then all these people wanted to come. And I was like, okay, how are we all going to get there? And at the time, yeah, I started listening to like Abraham. And I was like, I don't know how, but I really want all of us to get there. And yeah, somehow I made this girl drive all the way from Essex, all the way to Croydon. Not like only two people had tickets. There's five of us in the car, and I'm like, okay, cool. And this one girl was like, you're only dragging us there because you got a ticket and we don't have a ticket. I was like, bro, we're gonna get a ticket. We're gonna get in. We're gonna get in. We're gonna get in. And then when we pulled up, like one of the girls knew one of the girls in my team, and she was like organizing the event. And we got like 5 tickets and spares. Like anybody would have called, like they could get a ticket. And yeah, and I forgot about that. But like when I saw the prompt today, I was like, oh my God, that's literally, yeah, I felt like it gave me more power because I was like, I've really done that before. And yeah, yeah, that was literally from my imagination because I definitely didn't have tickets. And I didn't have tickets for the whole gang. And I really wanted all of us to get there because yeah, it was all like, oh, you're only dragging us there because you got a ticket. And this girl had a ticket and she had a ticket for me, but the rest, she didn't have tickets for everybody else. But I really wanted my friend to drive us. So yeah. And yeah, it just made me feel like, yeah, like I can do this. So yeah, I really enjoyed the section in the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, and
And
we
I
have
really
we
love
have
like,
used this a lot. It's just that we forget that we use
yeah,
it, or we don't pinpoint of exactly what we're doing. Oh, I did
yeah.
that, so actually I could do that in here.
Yeah, yeah. And like I do expect myself to get into concerts and festivals because I've done it. I guess I've done it before, and I don't know, because it was in my area. It was a tram ride away. I was like, yo, I have to get into this. But then maybe I don't have the same expectation about other like subjects. And I think doing that exercise made me feel like, well, I could just transfer the same energy that I had about that WizKid festival to other things that I believe are like bigger or harder to get. So yeah, it made me feel really kind of powerful. And I've always like I've grown up in Uganda, yeah, like I've always really like believed in God and faith. And but like I don't know, I guess when I got to England, like I wasn't in church as much. I wasn't like, because I don't know, England life is kind of good. You don't have to practice faith as much as you have to practice faith in Uganda. Believe me, you gotta practice that shit. I promise you, bro. You gotta practice that shit. Yeah. And so, but I always admired like the younger me, because I really did believe like great things would happen in my life, and great things that have happened in my life. Way different from there. And I like from how things started, and I like coming back to imagination and faith. And even some of the biggest things that happened in my life, like one day I got sick and then I had to be taken to England. That also happened through imagination and faith. But I would imagine me being with my mum in England, and then like a couple months, no, but I thought it would happen in years. A couple months later, yeah, even though it was because I was sick, but like, yeah, I ended up in England and life was much
So your
sweeter.
sickness became your benefit, into it?
Oh
Sickness was
my
actually
goodness, you don't
it was the
understand. Oh my God.
yeah.
I got sick and then they told me I don't have to go boarding school no more. That was like the best day of my life. I was like, I don't even care. I'm like being really sick and everyone's worried, like, what's happening? We have to take her overseas. I was having a ball because they said, bro, you don't gotta go to boarding school no more. You're too sick. I was so happy. Yeah. Yeah.
So sometimes even when like what seems like a negative comes, it's actually
Yeah,
directing us in the place that we need to be.
babe. Oh my God, babe. That was it really, really, really did. And I think it's really interesting now, because now I'm actually being proactive in like looking for like work like this and books like this. And so I think it's really good to come back to that whole faith and imagination type of thing. Cause yeah, back then I kind of just believed in Jesus, and I knew Jesus loved all children. So Jesus was going to do something for me. But now it's like I have tools to kind of water those faith and beliefs and things that I want. So yeah, I'm happy to have come back to that. And yeah, Neville does sound really Bayesian. I'm not gonna lie. When I had the name, I said that sounds really Caribbean, like a old Caribbean name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm really glad I made it into the Zoom today. And yeah, it's been like a powerful reaffirmation of things for me. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for sharing.
That's okay.
So we're going to go into a meditation. Did anyone else want to share before we go into the meditation? So if you get yourselves comfortable. So to remember through this meditation, silence isn't empty. It's full of answers. Oh, Felix, did you want to share? You just raise your hand. You just unmute. Don't know if you've raised your hand intentionally. Did you want to unmute? You have to do it yourself. You do. If not, I'll lower your hand. Oh, there you go.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, good afternoon from my side. First of all, I want to say thanks, thank you for the platform. Actually, this is my first time of coming on a Zoom call like this. a Zoom meeting like this. Yeah, on the platform. I've been a member on Facebook for a while, but I've not been that active, like participating, because of the nature of my work. I work in a restaurant. I'm a chef, so it's not giving me that much time, to focus on it. But I'm off duty today, so I saw the post. I said, okay, let me log in and see how things are going. And truth be told, I really gained a lot. Like I'm really happy I logged on. I wish it's something that we do. Is it some, I'm asking the question, is it something that we do like every now and then, or is just?
So there is sessions on all the time. We've had sessions on every day at 5 a.m. We'll have a session tonight at 8:30. They're all different. It's the same teachings this week. It's all Neville this week. So at 8:30 tonight there'll be one. Tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. there'll be another one. And then it'll be different teachings. But this week has all been Neville. But there's lots of stuff on. It's
Okay.
regular consistency.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
I really gained a lot from this. Just the few moments that I participated with everything. It has really been helpful. And I have goals and targets. Just like what is being said. The subconscious mind and all and everything. It's something I'll put into practice, and I'll do it very, very, very passionately to make sure I get to reach my goals, because I think this is very, very, very helpful. And I'll create time, to participate more, to really get the value that I really want. I just want to appreciate your effort, for bringing the platform up, and the calls and the teaching and everything. I just want to say thank you. I just these few minutes, I gained a lot. Now I saw a lot of things that I wasn't looking at before. So I think it's something I have to be doing regularly, to really, really, really push myself to where I want to be.
Yeah. Well, I've just shared in the chat if you want to copy and paste it. So you can find all the events. All the events can be found on Meetup. It's free to join these events. Join as many as you want, as little as you want. There's an email list if you want to join the email list that goes out once a week and tells you what's on. And then there's the Zoom link that you can use to click on today to get join. It's the same Zoom link to join any of the events. So if there's an event on, just click on the link and come and join. And it is all about, we all have dreams and desires, and we've all been, programmed or talked out of these, and it's like reawakening them and showing people ways of, putting in the action and the feeling or the senses and tuning in to those desires and reconnecting to self.
Yeah, Steven, thank you so much. I actually read a lot. Yeah, I read a lot. I have books on several topics that I read. So that's the reason why I joined the group on Facebook. And yeah, I've gotten value for just these few questions that I'm able to participate in. I've gotten real value. Thank you so much. I really, 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 really appreciate the time.
You're welcome. And the great thing about this book club is that even if you haven't read the book, you can still come along, because it's all about putting it into practice. So even if you haven't read any of the book, you can join in.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we are going to go into a meditation. So if you want to get yourselves just comfortable, or just if you are busy doing something, you can carry on doing what you're doing and just tune into the words, tune into what is being said, and just feel into it. So thank you everyone for joining today and for all your shares and giving yourself this time today. So we're about to enter a silent meditation. Silence isn't empty, it's full of answers. The questions we ask ourselves shape what we focus on. Ask a disempowering question like, why am I always stuck? And your mind will search for reasons to stay stuck. But also ask something empowering like, what's my next step towards a life I love? And you'll open the door to clarity and insight. Or, how can I create a life I truly desire? The answers will open doors to transformation. So as the gentle rhythm of the music carries you inwards, choose one powerful question. What's one powerful question you can take within? Hold it softly in your heart. Don't try to answer it. Just listen. Listen into the silence of that knows. So you're thinking about one question that you can take into the meditation. And it is a silent meditation, so you're listening into it's just gentle music. It'll be a gentle rhythm playing, and you're just going to listen into the silence of it. And just remember to breathe and just allow yourself to relax. And just as you breathe and just feel into your feet and let them relax, and just go up your body and just allow each part of your body just to relax. And wherever you sat, whether you sat in a chair or you lay on a bed, just let that hold you. Don't let yourself fall asleep. Just let yourself fall into that place. Let yourself get drowsy, but don't allow yourself to fall asleep. Staying awake to listen to the silence. Bring your awareness back to this room, to your body, to this moment. And just take a deep breath in and let it go. Know that the answers may have already come or may rise later in a quiet moment. Either way, you've asked and the silence has heard you. Allow yourself to feel gratitude this time you've given yourself today for your openness, your courage, and your willingness to explore. As you come back fully, carry with you a sense of calm, clarity, and gentle strength. And when you're ready, give your toes and your fingertips a wiggle, feeling grounded and present. And remember this space, this stillness is always within you. A sanctuary you can return to whenever you need. Neville reminds us, assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and observe the route that your attention follows. Thank you for sharing this time together. May the rest of your day unfold with a quiet ease, grace, and the highest wonder.